AlphaLink is a pilot program that we receive funding for to supply a web-based delivered program for 12 to 16 weeks for high school students above the age of 16 who have Asperger's syndrome or a communication difficulty, who need some extra assistance about the transitioning process from high school on to further study or work.
I think it extends beyond that also to the schools themselves. They put a lot of work into preparing kids for transition. I think the AlphaLink gives that specialised ASD influence and really assists schools to better prepare their kids with ASD to transition more successfully.
The grant that was provided by the William Buckland Foundation made the AlphaLink pilot possible. The grant enabled us to set up the group and the opportunity to evaluate the program and to provide some clinical support around the program, and of course to develop the contents of the program. It's pretty unique to be able to run a pilot, so we were very thankful of the William Buckland Foundation, because often government doesn't fund pilots because they do involve risk, and out of the risk comes really rich learning.
We felt it was really important with this pilot project to gauge the effectiveness of AlphaLink based on a couple of different scenarios. So our first control group was a group of kids that were still in school, and they were a mix of ages, a mix of year levels. The second control group, we really wanted to provide AlphaLink to a group of students that were outside of school hours, that came from a range of different schools. AlphaLink's really asking the question, where face-to-face facilitation of social skills and pre-employment groups can't be achieved, if we're talking about regional locations or people that are in remote areas, can video-based sessions be effective?
Using technology is a really important step forward to be able to find out what does and doesn't work.
They really love technology and they love anything electronic and they love computers, so it was a way of involving them in something, a program that might be beneficial to them in a fun way, in a way that might be really engaging for them.
We have our facilitators based at our Hawthorn head office. We have the control groups at their locations, with a facilitator basically just assisting the flow of communication between the groups and the counsellors on board here at Alpha.
There are going to be some big changes for them that we're trying to prepare them for, and the main one will be the change of routine. At school they have a very structured day that helps them. Once they leave school, they won't have that routine to rely on for consistency and safety and reducing anxiety.
Well, anxiety is a very, very common issue for people on the spectrum, and I guess just those everyday social skills that we take for granted, it can be quite difficult for them.
And we're trying to get them to think about that new thing that's going to happen in their lives and find ways of creating a structure for themselves. We're also helping them with learning how to communicate with people. Once they start working with people, work is about getting on with people. And if we plant that seed now and help them to develop that and grow that slowly at their own pace, once they get to the work environment, they'll have already had a chance to think about what we've talked about.
What about if one of your friends who you work with
is always late, is 20 minutes late for his shift
in the morning?
and you notice this?
Yeah, what might you say?
I say, are you coming?
Yeah, good idea.
Asking questions and having an interactive discussion is really helpful. Engaging with the kids on their level, asking them questions that are relevant to them, issues that are occurring to them in their life.
What we've really seen with many of the kids is a real willingness, as each session's gone on, to be more comfortable and talk more openly about some of, I guess, their fears and trepidations about employment, and working together and talking together and collaborating as a group to work through some of those things and understand that it's not that scary a step that they're going to take in the next year. And I think they all feel a lot more confident within themselves that the year ahead is certainly something to look forward to.